Hey everyone, today we're working on our tiny challenges as well as our letterbuck savings challenges, and we've got some changes coming to the way we're going to use our tinies, so stick around so you can hear what new things are coming. If you're new here, my name is Laura. I'm a teacher, a mom, a budgeter. We use a zero-based budgeting system, sinking funds and savings challenges to help us reach our goals and to keep us on track with our finances. I also primarily use prop money in my budgeting systems. So if these are things that interest you, definitely hit that subscribe button down below. I'd love to have you along on this journey with me. Happy Wednesday. Here we go. It's Tiny Wins Wednesday, where we work on tiny challenges as well as our letterbuck savings challenges, taking a small amount of money and watching it grow over time to bigger wins. We've got some new things happening here with our tinies. If you notice, I only have 5 tinies that are set up as opposed to the 8 that I've had in the past. We're going to be making some changes here to our tinies. I love working with tiny challenges, and I love being able to save just a small amount of money and see it continue to grow over time. However, I'm going to be changing where this money is going to go when we finish these tiny challenges. So the way that I've been doing my tinies so far is that I had 8 envelopes that were representative of the other 8 categories that I stuff or reallocate to the end of the month. So this one still says holidays here. This one says emergency funds. I had one for home, one for vehicles. And just like my monthly challenges, when we finished challenges in those envelopes, we reallocated the money to those other categories and specifically to the sinking funds in those other categories in my high yield savings account. Because I use prop money, the money that I play with for my savings challenges all resides in my savings challenge category in my high yield savings account. And then at the end of the month, when we reallocate, I go ahead and make those transfers from my savings challenge category to the other categories in my high yield savings account. But something that I've really been wanting to incorporate are different binders that are specific to holidays. So I do have sinking funds for holidays, but I've really been wanting to create a binder of challenges specifically for holidays and celebrations, or a binder specifically for emergency funds, or a binder specifically to save up for savings challenges. And so Sarah, actually over at Sarah Saves 07, was kind of my inspiration here, because that's the way that she uses her tinies, is she usually has a number of tinies in each of her envelopes, but those envelopes are dedicated to other binders that she likes to play games in. I really enjoyed watching that process, and so I wanted to try it out and change my tinies to where I have a group of tinies that I work on over a period of time, and when the group of challenges finishes in that envelope, I can then play games for another binder or category that I would like to play games for. So I've been thinking about 4 right now. I think ideally I'd love to bump it up to 6, but I want to start small. So I'm going to go ahead and start making the shift so that each of my envelopes have a set of tiny challenges that I'm working on over a period of time. And when that set of challenges completes, then I'll go ahead and use that money to then play other games in another designated binder. So right now I'm thinking about pets, having a pets binder, an emergency binder, a holidays and celebrations, and then I think travel is going to be my 4th one, because I would love to have challenges dedicated to those different areas to play games with. It's something that I've been wanting to do, and I think using tinies to help fuel that money to play those games is going to be a great thing. So we're going to change things up. My tinies were really running very similarly to the way that my monthly challenges run, and I love my monthlies and the way my monthly challenges are working. So I thought this would be a great way to shift the focus of my tinies, and instead of reallocating to those other categories in my high yield savings account, first we're going to go ahead and play some games with some designated areas that I would like to save in. So I have gone ahead and shifted some of these envelopes here, so we're going to end up with 4 categories, I believe. But this challenge here from Neurospicy Budgeting is one that I've been working on, but I went ahead and added the other 2 that were in the set. So by the time we complete these, this one here is for $28, this one here is $22, and then this would be $16. So when I complete all of these savings challenges, then I'm looking at over about $60 that then I can shift over to another binder to play games in for those other categories that I'm really wanting to save money, and some games that I'm really wanting to play. So I'm keeping my holidays label for right now, because I would like this to then go ahead to a holidays binder or a holidays and celebration binder that I'm going to go ahead and put together. Same thing here. I started making the shift for this one as well. We've been working on this challenge here from Lil's World 733, and so I've had these 2 there, and then I went ahead and added a couple of more. So this one here is Lil's World 733 and Restoration by Autumn, and there's a couple of ones there. And then we also have the Baby Besties collab with Lil's World 733, Sarah Saves 07, and Build It Big Budgets, and there were 2 there. So upon completion of all of these tinies, I can go ahead and use the money that I save here. Again, it's somewhere around that 40, 50, 60 range, and then I can play some games that I have dedicated that I would like to do for my emergency funds. So we're going to try this out, and I think it's great to go ahead and try new things and see how it works and continue to make changes if you feel you need to. So let's get into our tiny challenges here. So I've got 5. I want to go ahead and make sure we wrap up one more here, and then we'll end up with 4. I've got $20 to work with. The way we're going to do this here today is I'm going to roll my 1, 2, 3 die and just go through each challenge, and whatever the die tells me, that's how many bills we'll go ahead and put on the challenge. So let's go ahead and get it going. So we're starting off with 2 there. So these first 3 are here in the lineup. I do want to go ahead and finish up to bring in some new sets of challenges. So we're going to see how this works. I'm really excited. I've been really wanting to start some different binders with different games in them dedicated towards, like, holidays, like I said, or pets. And so I think this is going to be a great way in order to be able to do that. All right, we got $1 left, and it's going to go to our last one here despite the roll of a 3. So let's go ahead and see how we did here. We should have been able to go ahead and finish those couple that I wanted to finish. So we're starting off here with the challenge from Valerie, a cash budget retiree. I'd melt for you. And it just needed 2 to finish, and it received 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that's going to go ahead and finish this one off. So these last ones that we're finishing, we're just going to continue that same process that we've been doing, where we're going to reallocate this money to those categories at the end of the month, just like we have. And then moving forward, we'll go ahead and put sets of challenges in them that'll work towards other binders that I would love to play. So this, I believe, should be 15 here. We got 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Yes, we do. Let's go ahead and condense with another 5. And now this one is complete, which is awesome. Let's go ahead and see where this money is going. So this is going to go to our pets category, and it was $15. So we'll go ahead and write on there pets. And $15 is what that is, and we'll go ahead and reallocate that at the end of the month. I'll go ahead and fill new challenges here for this envelope in a little bit. Let's go ahead and put our dollars off to the side. We might go ahead and do something else with that also. Next up here, I've got a challenge here from myself, TeacherMomBudgets. It was a Happy New Year's. It just needed 1. It got 1, 2, and 3. So it definitely got the one that it needed to wrap it up, which is great. So let's go ahead and cross off the last one. This should be 4, 8, 12 rather. Let's take a count here. We got 5, 10, 11, and 12. Yes, we do. Let's go ahead and see where this one is going. Family. So we'll write on here family, and this was $12. So we'll go ahead and reallocate that to those sinking funds in our family category. Put that off the side. This envelope is going to get retired right now. This is the one out of the 5 that I had that we're going to move off to the side, and we'll just work with the other 4 that we have. And the next one here we have is a challenge from Sarah at Sarah Saves 07. And this needed just 1 more here. It was a winter challenge. It definitely got more than 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we'll keep our 1 there. We'll finish this one out. Shade it in. And so now this should be another 12, it looks like. So we've got 5, 10, 11, and 12. Yes, we do. We'll go ahead and clip this one together, and we'll write on to it where it's going to go. This is going to go to travel. So we're going to write travel on there, and then $12, so that can get reallocated at the end of the month. We'll go ahead and bring in another challenge or another set of challenges in a little bit. Next up here, we've got a set of challenges as I went through before from Lil's World 733, as well as Autumn at Restoration by Autumn, and the Baby Bestie collab, Lil's Sarah Saves 07 and Build It Big Budgets. We're working on these first ones here. Let's see what it received today. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That is great. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We actually finished this one, so that is really exciting. We'll just go ahead and continue to move through as many challenges as we can until we finish the entire set. So now we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. and I believe it was 8 on this card. It is. Let's go ahead and condense 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we've got our 8. So now we're going to keep this $8 in here and again continue on to the next challenge and continue to build this. So I love the quick win of being able to finish one and seeing that progress, but we're going to continue to make this build. And then when we get to that larger total, we can then use it to go ahead and play additional games in these other areas. And emergency funds, I believe, is going to be one of the binders that I'm going to use. I'm still not totally set on my 4. I've got more than 4 ideas, and so I'm trying to figure out where exactly I want to create these binders or in what areas I want to go ahead and create these binders. I know I'm pretty set on holidays and celebrations, pets as well. I would love potentially maybe to throw in a Christmas one, maybe by summer, or I would love to have one maybe that's dedicated to additional savings challenges that I would love to play, but I just don't tend to have the money each pay period or each week. And so this would be a great way to let that build and then be able to have money to play those games. It's not going to be super frequently, they're not going to be games that I'm playing every week or every other week, but maybe I'm playing them monthly by the time this process gets going a little bit. So we'll go ahead and put this one off to the side here. And then we've got this set of challenges here. So we were working on the Let's Cuddle by Neurospicy Budgeting. I went ahead and added the other 2 into the mix here so we can let these ones build as well. 1, 2, and 3 is what it received today. So we'll go ahead and shade in 3 more, 1, 2, and 3. So now it looks like this should be 6. Let's give it a count. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We do. Let's go ahead and condense with a 5. And now we've got 6 working our way through this one. And these challenges, I'm going to let them build, and I believe we're going to have this is going to be my holidays binder that we're going to create. Okay, so let's go ahead here. We need to get ourselves organized a little bit. Let's go ahead and put our completed savings challenges into our completed bucket here first, because we're going to continue this process here as we were doing previously. So we've got $12 that will be reallocated to sinking funds in that category at the end of the month, $12 to family, and we've got $15 going to pets. So that is great. We're starting to build here for April, which is really exciting. And so I'm looking forward to seeing how much or how many savings challenges we complete and how much we're able to save at the end of April. Let's go ahead and grab some new challenges to fill these other 2 envelopes. So emergency funds and holidays, I think, are going to be 2 of the binders that we are creating and working with. Pets and travel, I think, are going to be the other 2. So let's go ahead and grab some savings challenges for these. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and grab these tinies that I created a little while back. You can find them in my Ko-Fi account, but they're a lot of motivational kind of phrases here. You are incredible. Give yourself time. You are amazing, and trust your journey. And all of these tinies, again, when you add it up, I'm trying to create a set of tinies that equals anywhere between like that 30 and 60 range, because that would be a great amount to then shift into another binder and be able to play games with. The other set of challenges I'm going to use here is from Vicky Thinks. A lot of these springtime field challenges. I love the frog there, the flower, another froggy there. So I love this theme here for spring. We're going to go ahead and work on these 5 tinies with these hearts. And upon completion of the set of those, we can go ahead and play more games with them. So these are the 4 that we'll kind of continue with. So I'm going to have an emergency funds binder of savings challenges, a holidays and celebrations, pets and travel. At least I think for right now. I've been going back and forth. But again, Sarah at Sarah Saves 07 is the one who really kind of inspired me to make this change and gave me the idea to start this for myself as well. But we've got some money left over here. Let's see what we have. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. We have $8. Let's go ahead and we're going to set these up, and we're going to go ahead and randomize where this last $8 is going to go here. Okay, for this, I'm going to go ahead and grab my 4-sided die instead of my 1, 2, 3. We'll just number them off 1, 2, 3, and 4. Whatever the die tells us here, 1, 2, 3, 4, that will get $1. And let's see if we can wrap this up here. So we've got a 3, and then we've got a 4. So I'm really looking forward to this. Again, it's something that I've been wanting to do in regards to creating those binders with like holiday challenges or a pet binder for our little doggos. So I'm really looking forward. I know it's going to be a process and it's going to take time in order to complete these sets of challenges. Again, working with a small amount of money over time, but it's going to grow, and I think I'm really going to enjoy the process. All right, let's go ahead and stack these up and finish this out here for our tinies. tinies and shift over to our letterbox. So we get to add, it looks like, another $1 here to our Lil's World Challenge. So go ahead and mark off one of those. And now, you know what? I wonder if I should keep the counting a mystery. Actually, I think that might be a good idea. Otherwise, I'm going to have to go through and keep counting all the trackers. I think we're going to keep it a mystery here from now on. We're going to go with that. Looks like we're going to go ahead and add another $1 here to our Neurospicy Budgeting Challenge as well. So that is great, especially when you start completing more than one in the set. Then it'll be really nice to be able to see what that total is. I will probably condense at some point though too, because I do like to save my dollar bills. But we'll see how this goes here. All right, so our new one here with Vicky Thinks, our spring challenges with our hearts. We've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we'll go ahead and shade in 4. And just like that, we have finished one of these tinies already. So just like that. And so we'll go ahead and move on to the next one here, another little flower, and we'll see, money's flying all over the place. And we'll continue on with this set. And then finally here, we've got my challenges, sort of my positive mindset challenges. And this week it just received 2 to give it a start. Ooh, this is a nice purple to go with that background color there. That's awesome. And we'll go ahead and continue on with this one next week and see what we're able to save over time. All right, so that's going to do it for our tiny challenges here. Let's go ahead and shift over to our letterbox. So our letterbox savings challenges, these are the only challenges that I use real cash for. Everything else in my budgeting systems uses prop money, and that money either sits in savings accounts that are connected to our checking accounts, or it is in our high yield savings account. But my letterbox, I do enjoy this challenge using real cash. We do use a small amount of real cash in our budgeting systems. Each pay period, we do take out a limited amount. And in addition to that, we take out 10 singles as well. I have gone ahead and checked to see if any of these were star notes. None of them were. I have gone ahead and made sure that they are in order already too. These trackers can be found in my Etsy shop. I also have a star note tracker that is part of that as well. In addition to all the letters, it comes in a couple different options in order to print them, if you want just single letters or if you want all of the letters. But let's go ahead and see if we finish any letterbucks today. So we've got an A to start us off, which A's are really rare for us. So that is exciting to go ahead and throw another A here into the mix. Every once in a while we see an A pop up, but it definitely is not that often. So now this should be $14 here. Let's give it a count. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Yes, we do. So all of my trackers go to $25. And when I complete one of my letterbox savings trackers, I will go ahead and put that money back into the bank and then shift it over to our high yield savings account, where it'll go to one of those categories: education, holidays, vehicles, pets, emergency, travel, family, home, or if it is I, J, K, or L, those bucks, I'll go ahead and randomize where that money is going at the end of the month. All right, next up, we don't have any B's, no C's, D's a new tracker, nothing there yet. E, F, none of those, but we do have a couple of G's. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, 4 G's. 1, 2, 3, and 4. That is correct. G's are pretty common for us. We do see these pretty frequently. So let's go ahead and shade in 4 of our G's. Boy, this is like a brand new Sharpie because the tip on it is still super fine. So you can tell it hasn't been used yet. It's not been dulled out. So now this one should be, let's see, looks like 15, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Oh, am I right? That is just my quick glance there. I thought it was 15, but it is in fact 14. The tracker matches the dollars. Next up, we don't have any H's, pretty rare for us, but we do have an I, which we don't see those very often. I don't even have a date on this one yet. I had gotten a comment from someone who suggested to throw a date on these trackers to see how long it actually takes to complete. So I have not done so yet. We haven't had an I buck in quite some time. So let me go ahead and throw a date on here. 4/16 is when we're kind of, starting this, so to speak, at least in terms of tracking, to see how long it takes us to complete these I bucks. And so now we should have 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. We do. almost done with the first row, so we're getting there. No J-Bucks today. We do have a K, and this tracker was started back in January. We haven't had a K since, but we do have a K today. So we'll go ahead and shade in another one there. So now that gives it a whopping 2. We've got $2 here for our K-Bucks. And then lastly, we do have some L-Bucks here. And I think I've got a couple. Ooh, and this tracker is actually really close. Let's give this a count. How many do we have? We've got 1, 2, and 3. Oh, we're so close to finishing our L tracker. We just need one more. L-Bucks are pretty common for us. So we started this one back in January 15th. But we do see L-Bucks pretty frequently. So maybe next week we'll be able to finish this one here. So it should be 24. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. So just one more L-Buck is all we need to finish this one. And that will be part of a randomizer, I believe. So my L-Bucks upon completion, they'll go ahead and be randomized. I'll put that money back into the bank and I'll transfer it to my high yield. And then we'll randomize where that money is going to go from there. So I appreciate y'all hanging out with me today. I hope you're looking forward to the changes that I plan to make to my tiny challenges. If you haven't yet subscribed, I'd greatly appreciate it if you would do so. Please remember to like and comment as well. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care, be well, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.